this conversation. Strong words to be spoken to myself. Feeding my obsession, it seems like all control is out of my possession, blackening my soul. Feeding my obsession, it seems like all control is out of my possession, blackening my soul.
So that was the amazing trailer for Rise Up with the Arts, and a live stream coming this weekend to your household, celebrating performing arts from across the world. It's an international stream, co-founded by Pasha Kovalev of Strictly Come Dancing, and Anya Garnis, his partner of nearly 20 years. Anya herself is a dancer and choreographer. She's been in shows like So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, Strictly Come Dancing. She's also appeared in the movie Rock of Ages and a Broadway production of Burn the Floor. She kindly caught up with us earlier to tell us a bit more about the live stream, what it's about, and how to get tickets, most importantly. So check out the interview. Thanks for joining us today, Anya. We're here to talk about your live stream, Rise Up with the Arts. As you know, it's been a bit of a mad year altogether for the theatre industry and performing arts. How have you managed to keep before this? How did you keep busy throughout the year that had nothing happening essentially?
Well, yeah, it has been a very difficult year for all of the people, I think, globally, but especially art industry is always I think it is a difficult to be an artist. It's a difficult job, but I think it did hit the most, I think, personally. And in the year, I think what is it, a little bit over the year, it was quite difficult. It made you realize that how grateful you are for what you've done for years prior to that. And then It made me realize that I have been an artist my whole life, and I actually have not done anything else. And so it's a blessing, but also it made me rethink a lot of things. And kind of by Pasha and I putting this show Rise Up with Arts together, it's basically made us realize that how we are able to actually expand and wear so many different hats because we had to produce and direct and write the script and and bring everyone together, so which was a wonderful experience.
That's it. I think with theatre being missing, I think we've all realised just kind of how much we've missed it, or been like whatever part you play in it, whether it's being a member of the audience, a blogger like myself. It's just something that's just like, until it's gone, you just don't realise just how important it is. Just for like not only entertainment, but I don't know, it's just like mental health and things like that.
Yes, art. I mean, even when during normal times before pandemic, we would go to entertain ourselves, right? To forget about things. We would go. What do? You go to theater and you go and you watch a great show. So once it has disappeared, there's two sides of the coin, right? So it disappeared for the public, so public couldn't go and actually get that high, for the lack of a better word, or get that a switch off button. But it also has been quite difficult on the artists themselves, obviously, because everything's been shut down with for the artists to have very little choice of what to do next, and I know we've been suggested by getting go get a real job or something like that, but it's unfortunately, I keep saying it's not what we do, it's who we are, and that's basically it's been my whole life.
And that's it. This is a real job, isn't it? Because people train, don't they, for years in this art. It's not like anyone just picks it up. So for it just to be taken away,
it's a lot of hard work, and you just have to be resilient, find your voice, and stay true to yourself. And but it's a hard path to follow.
That's it. And so we're coming out of lockdown now, so we've got things to look forward to. Shows are being announced. You came up with. How did you come up with the Rise Up with the Arts concept?
It's just basically, I think, of that creativity. It never really goes away, even though we are not allowed to perform, so it stayed in. So I one morning I woke up and I just thought, Pasha and I, Pasha from Strictly Come Dancing, he's been my dance partner for nearly 20 years. So what do? You just create, I said, we've been in the industry for such a long time. So can we utilize, how can we actually, to our, not our benefit, so to speak, but how can we, there's so many, everything is going digital. So how can we actually help our friends, people that we kind of want to get to know, how to get the butterflies back, as an artist. So, and then I shared this idea as a variety show. We didn't want to do another Pasha and Anya show. And it just, we wanted to actually bring attention back to the arts, and to make sure that we as artists, we're all artists. It doesn't matter if you're writing a musical, if you are in the Royal Ballet, if you're on Strictly Come Dancing. So we basically just decided to bring every single artist, the best of the best from this industry as one, so because we're all dealing with the same thing.
And essentially this is an international stream as well, isn't it? So how was that getting everyone together or just involved?
Well, yeah, it was very exciting. The first stream we did, we actually were honoring the World Theater Day, which actually not a lot of people knew about, not even in the theater world. So it's a World Theater Day, March 27th. We are going to make this as an annual event, because I think it's so, especially now more than ever, art needs to be acknowledged in a different way, and we should celebrate it. I think after what everybody's gone through, and public needs it, the audience needs it, we as artists need it. And so it was quite successful, but also we didn't have the time. It took us 3.5 months to put the show together, but it only streamed for 48 hours, and we've got a lot of requests after 48 hours that people didn't have the chance to see it. And then so obviously we had an unseen footage that did make it, and not that it didn't make it was basically, we were hoping to stream for 6 days, but it didn't happen. And so we decided to show all the highlights from the previous show. So if you've seen the show, you're in for a treat anyways, because we've got new footage coming for you, but also we've got all the highlights, and and more dancing this time around.
There you go. I think you've just answered probably my next 3 questions in that answer anyway. So I was going to ask why second stream, but you've already said obviously not just that, you had too much footage almost, and it's not that it wasn't good enough. It's just,
it's a first worldwide variety show. It was, and I think people should enjoy it. And it's almost, people, there were so many questions in the emails. People did ask, about Don Black OB. And I just think if people it was a 2 hours and 20-minute show. So it was a lot to take in, even though people said it went on the blink of an eye kind of thing. So now it's going to be kind of sharper, better, and, and more dancing.
More dancing. Cool. Yeah. And we hear might be a slight surprise with Kerry Ellis and Brian May.
Yes, there will be. Yes, there will be. Yes.
Is that all you're giving away at the moment?
But for now, yes. Well, because Brian and Kerry, they were so gracious. We were so honored for them to release their song "Panic Attack." It's gonna be all right, 2021, and that's the title of the song. And we are doing something very special, which hopefully we're gonna be able to give back even more of what we did before. So involving. It's going to be very global. Let's put it this way.
Very good. Cool. So this is happening this weekend. So for people in the UK, the stream will be going live at what time? Is it
7 p.m. on the 14th. On the 14th, at 7 p.m. On the 14th or 16th, just 48 hours.
48 hours, and we've got the link just there. But so if anyone wants to buy tickets, it's from riseupwiththearts.com.
Yeah, it's just
click the link.
It's riseupwitharts.com. So it's www.riseupwitharts.com. Now you have the correct link, and if we have a beautiful website. It tells our story, and it shows who is participating in the show. So you definitely, if you have a minute, you would really want to check it out and just to browse through, because we put a lot of energy and thought into the website as well. So it's www.riseupwitharts.com, and it should take you straight forward to a link.
Cool. And finally, we don't have much time. Obviously, you're doing this. It's bringing joy to many out there, but it's not just to do that, is it? You're raising money as well. So, do you want to tell us just a quick bit about who you're raising the money for?
Well, for March 27th, and the we work globally with the Actors Fund and Theater Support Fund, and actually this time around raising money, we've got our own charity. So it's because Pasha and I, we're planning on doing this as an annual event. So Rise Up with Arts is going to be happening every single year on the World Theater Day. So we wanted to honor that. So at this point, we're trying to build our own little thing. Hopefully, it's going to turn into something very, very special where we can help once again, not just the performers that we see on stage, but actually people who work in the theater, who used to greet us, who used to sell tickets, and because that whole industry has been, like you said, it's been affected so much.
Cool. So we've got this to look forward to this weekend, 7 p.m. everyone.
Absolutely. Please
So
tune in. It's a family show. It's just honestly, with theaters opening up, there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. But if you can't come to London, if you can't see, and if perhaps it's a bit too expensive or too long of a trip, so it's definitely a great show because we've got everything for you, from the Royal Ballet, from to Strictly to Dancing with the Stars, so you think you can dance, musical theater, you name it, we have it. And it's please feel free to dance, sing along, and you're definitely gonna see your favorites.
there you go. Well, I don't think I need to say any more now. I think you've encapsulated it all there. So thank you for coming on today to tell us a little bit more about it. And I'm excited. I've got no doubt it's a bit of a busy week for you.
Thank you for having me, Aaron. I
So
appreciate
no
it.
problem. So thank you again.
Thank you. Take care.